Hey David, I'm doing this on my writing. I'm actually thinking about videos as writing these days. I'm making this video on my iPhone. So having some trouble. I think my computer's starting to die. It's been a great computer, but I think it's starting to die, and it's having trouble uploading. I'm actually uploading an HD quality video response that I made for you earlier, but the computer says it's going to take like 5 hours to upload it. I'm thinking it's not the internet, it must be the computer, because it's having a lot of other problems as well. I don't know. Anyway, so I apologize for the lower quality. I just read your messages. Don't worry, this video is going to be unlisted, and so no one else can see it. I just read your email, the story. I read a couple of emails from you. The story, I have a bad memory, so I can't things come in and then they don't come out so well. But I want to talk about the long story of your career. Very interesting. I thank you first of all for sharing that experience with me. Wow. I see. I kind of missed the boat academically. Academics was important to me, important to my family growing up, but my family fell apart when I was just about 16 years old, and so my mom and dad were just spun off in the weeds, and so it was just dumb luck on my part that I happened to catch some really good instructors, professors, which brought me under their wing and tutored me to a degree, and really fostered in me an interest in education, particularly science and reason, which I didn't really follow very much. I went off to university, and I was a terrible student in high school, just awful. And then, but I wound up. It took me extra 5 years to graduate from high school because I was just so distracted and I just didn't care. And when I got into junior college, because there's no way I could get into university, my grades were so poor. When I got into junior college, met those professors, the lights turned on, things really started to happen. Wound up graduating with, on the dean's list. As much as a small community college, as much as that means. And spun me off to university, where I fell off the wagon again. University just totally turned me off. The junior college I went to had wonderful professors, tiny little classes with a dozen students. It was transferred to university in lecture halls with 300 students and taught by graduate students. You never saw the professors. That just totally turned me off, and I got into my little clique of friends and had a few professors that were not the A-list professors, but turned out to be the A-list professors in my book, who I would spend time in their office hours with. Took every class they took and taught me. I took on the side, so to speak, and then I let it go from there. Didn't bother to go on to pursue any graduate work at all. I kind of feel like I missed out in some ways. I would love to have been a scientist. I would love to have been a better educated in every capacity. I kind of missed that boat, but that's okay. Anyway, hearing your story was fascinating, of a struggle, of endeavor, of the trials that you faced, and the achievements that you made nonetheless. Amazing stuff. Actually, I shared some tidbits with my wife about your story, and none of the personal stuff, just kind of wow, look what he did. He went here and he did that and did this and the other thing. And my wife's comment was that, well, does he share that stuff on YouTube? She says this stuff thought it sounded really interesting. She said, does he talk about that on his channel? Because I've told my wife is familiar with you, and I said, I know he doesn't talk about that kind of stuff. But I don't think David wants to talk about that type of stuff, and I can understand why. Being in the midst of it, the political elements of your job, and it's like I don't talk about my work. But nevertheless, fascinating story. I wanted to share with you my wife's observation, because I think that you might have a hidden latent capacity as a storyteller on YouTube, a vlogger, so in that regard. Also, clearly your writing skill is amazing. Maybe you seem like a person that would be a great candidate to write your memoirs one day, if you haven't already begun. So anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. Oh, and the spiritual stuff, amazing story there as well. Yeah, it's a journey, and being reduced to nothing was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. being reduced to the point where there is no more want. It's like my birthday today, and my wife said, what do you want to do? Anything's fine. She's a generous woman, and I said, I just want to buy some shirts for work and have lunch, dinner with you guys. And really, there's nothing more. I mean, I don't want anything else in the world anymore. It's, as I've talked about this before in videos, even if my computer died right now and I couldn't do YouTube anymore, I would feel bad that I was disconnected from people that I had come to know. But other than that, the rest can just go. If I wasn't married, if I wasn't connected to that, I am absolutely confident that I would be a mendicant poet. I would carry a journal with me. I'd be living homeless, wandering, writing down, 6-line, not haiku. It's not that I don't abide the constrictions, the structure or anything like that. It's just that I just can't keep straight. Just write words. I'd wander around filling blank books with words, and that would be about it. And I'd die. It's a story I have yet to tell anyone on YouTube or anywhere. I'd die like my uncle. My uncle Walter disappeared off the face of the earth. A man I sadly never got to know very well. He disappeared off the face of the earth. Later was found dead, living in a trailer. He'd set himself up in a trailer somewhere out in the American desert, living with his dog. The dog was fine. The dog had plenty of water and food, but he had just dropped out of society, and I have no idea what happened to him. I've lost connection with that part of the family. All I know is his story. And my father would have loved to live your life, David. I mean, he dreamed. He was an academic, and who got started too soon on family and responsibility, and didn't get a chance to pursue it. He was an intellectual, an academic, a man who would have sought after the knowledge for the pure sake of itself. And he told me before he died, he said his dream in his older years, sadly he never got there, but his dream in his older years was to occupy a small apartment in a college community and attend classes, be permanently enrolled, getting by, just studying for the rest of his life. And when I see the life that you're living, that's exactly the life that my dad would have wanted as well. Amazing. I'll sign up for now, friend. I'll load this up from my iPhone, which means I can get it up quicker. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. I'm going to talk to you soon. Thanks for the birthday well wishes as well. I'm at the park, just wandering around, doing my 2012 was the year of diet. Really got my diet under control. I'm the happiest, most feeling, and I hope this isn't. I think you and me, you were beyond worrying about talking about sounding like we're boasting or anything like that. I feel like Superman. I feel so good because of the way I eat. And now, that was last year, and now this year, I'm combining it with exercise, moderate exercise every 2 days. I ride my bicycle from school to downtown and back. I don't know what it is. It's less than 10 kilometers round trip, and third day's off, and so I don't overdo it. I've never felt so good in my life, and it just doesn't go away. It's the strangest thing. Molly, my buddy Molly, he's the one that turned me on to all this stuff. It's funny as you know, if you're familiar with Molly, he's out of shape and overweight, but nevertheless he knows what he's talking about, and he got me started on this stuff, and it's been over a year now, and it just keeps getting better and better. I just can't. I guess it's that coupled with the psychological elements, the philosophical elements as well, the tempering of passions. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The tempering of passions, but not the absence of passions. Certainly not the absence of passions, just the tempering of passions. I take it as it comes, I love it as it comes, and I let it go. And in the in-between moments, I want for nothing else. I'll sign off for there, finish my yogurt, and continue my ride back home, go have lunch with my family. Talk to you later, David. Bye-bye.